where whiskey meets wine with Green Spot. Let's have a flight. Ultra Irash to the bar. We are having a look at another Irish whiskey flight with a theme. So we're going to look at Green Spot and all of the expressions that have sprung from that. So obviously starting off with Green Spot itself, one of the iconic single pot still Irish brands. Traces its history. For those of you that don't know, the spot, and obviously there are other coloured spots. The spot, it goes back to the day in the late 1800s when Mitchell Son would bring in fortified wines from various parts of Europe, and they would bring it in barrel. So they would bring in sherry and port and marsala and Madeira. They would bring it into Dublin in the cask, and they would empty it out and bottle it there. And they had these empty casks or barrels. And what did they do with them? Well, they sent them down to Bow Street, where Jameson was located, and they filled it with spirit. They brought it back to their cellars on Fitzwilliam Lane, which in modern Dublin is close to Fitzwilliam Square and Dáil Éireann, and they aged it there. And the spot colours come from a daub that they would paint on the barrel for its age statement. So that's the origins of the story. So Green Spot, you'll find it in a lot of places. It's available at retail, it's available in bars and restaurants, and is definitely one of those signature expressions of single pot still Irish whiskey. But the flight, where's the flight going to take us? Right. Well, first, we're going right up the road from us here in Napa, up to Chateau Montelena. So, a number of years back, Mitchell Son and Irish Distillers decided to pay homage to essentially the Irish in winemaking. So the Barrett family that own Chateau Montelena have Irish ancestry. So a number of their old used Zinfandel barrels were shipped to Midleton, and Green Spot was finished in those for a number of years. So that's the first one we have. Second one we have is the Chateau Léoville Barton. Now, folks online sometimes prefer them like this, or they prefer them like this in a tasting. It's your call. If you can get your hands on them and you're going to do a flight like this, have a bit of fun beforehand and see which one you prefer. Léoville Barton, based in Saint-Julien on the left bank of Bordeaux, a predominantly Cabernet-based wine. So this aged in a Zinfandel cask, this aged in a cask which had predominantly Cabernet in the final blend of the Léoville Barton. Right, so you've done those three. How do you finish? Because we do have another Green Spot coming, but we don't have it yet. That'll be coming from the Okanagan Valley up there in British Columbia in Canada, but not here yet. So you've got a choice. Do you want to finish it with a red spot, with a blue spot, with a yellow spot? I'm finishing this with the gold spot because I'm lucky enough to have a bottle of gold spot in the house. Obviously not much left in it. Limited release, the gold spot. For those of you that can't get your hand on it, get your hands on that. I actually love a yellow spot to finish this. I have hosted a couple of tastings where we've gone through these three greens and we finished it with the yellow spot. I just think it's a lovely way to round out the tasting. For those of you that want to do different spot tastings, you can obviously pull the wine finishes out of that, and you can do green, yellow, blue, red, or whatever combination works for you, because that's what that's all about. But lots of option with the Spot family when it comes to doing a whiskey flight. So all the information on this will be below. I'll post links to it. And if you're interested in any other Irish whiskey flights, there'll be a link up there, and obviously more details below. I should grab a glass. Of course I should. And well, we should have a little bit of Montelena to toast it, given that it's just up the road in Calistoga. So we should say Sláinte and enjoy your flight. Goodness, take that any day of the week. Lovely.